Hi, I'm Donna, and this is my video log of my journey while on epclusa. This is my third video. The first one I did was an intro just to tell you a little bit about me and where I am with my hep C. The second video was kind of like pre-epclusa, some things I did to get ready prior to starting the epclusa. And this video will tell you about my first week on epclusa. And I also wanted to mention that one of the things that I did as well before I got started taking epclusa, when I came off the Prilosec, is I knew that part of the reason why I have the heartburn like I do is because I'm 70 pounds or more overweight. So I decided to try to exercise and lose some of that weight. So about a month before I started epclusa, I got on the treadmill. I've been on the treadmill like every other day for half an hour. I also got into the Word more and been in the Word twice a day. And I know I should have already been doing that, but I wasn't, and now I've made a commitment to do that as part of my treatment plan. I'm also eating better and not drinking so much soda. I drink about 1 can of Coke a day, and in the last month I've had one a week. So that is progress for me, and I want to do what I can to try to get well. So this video will tell you about my first week on epclusa. And I've been keeping a little journal every day, and just writing down the side effects and the things that's happening during my treatment. So my first day on epclusa was actually Friday, January 6th. That day I had heartburn, started mid-afternoon and had it all the way through bedtime. But the heartburn was caused from not having the Prilosec, not necessarily from the epclusa. I felt like I was slightly fatigued around 8 o'clock. But it's not uncommon for me to become fatigued, later on a Friday night, since I do work outside the home Monday through Friday. So, but I did feel, I would say, a little fatigued a little earlier in the evening than I normally do. But I could have been just fine with that side effect if that's the only thing that's been going on. Day 2 of epclusa. By far, this was the worst day of all of them. I did not have any heartburn that day, so that was nice. I had one episode where I had acid reflux, where the vomit came back up into my mouth. That's gross. I had nausea that started around 9 o'clock, and I felt really sick to my stomach. But the biggest thing, and the worst part of this treatment so far, is the massive headache that I had on day 2. We had some friends from church that came over and prayed with us that evening. I had several friends that knew I was doing the treatment. I hadn't told a lot of people, but some knew, and those friends encouraged me to let others know and to let others pray with me through this. And initially I didn't want to make it a big deal, and I just kind of wanted to get through it. But I went ahead and sent an email to a lot of people that I know, and asking for their prayers during my treatment time. Because it's not only about what I'm going through, but it also affects my family. And the family that I have here at home right now, my husband, who works 40 plus hours a week, plus he's in seminary in 15 credit hours this semester. I have a teenage daughter who is, playing basketball 4 days a week, and in the school lead role in the school play. And so she has rehearsals twice a week, plus she has junior high homework. So doing the treatment and going through this is a family deal. And initially I thought I was just going to keep it all to myself and take care of it myself. But anyway, so day 2 was the worst day thus far. And what made it the worst day was the massive headache. it came on probably about 7:30 is what I wrote down, and it felt like a slight headache initially, and I'm not a person in the past that would have headaches, so I kind of thought it would just go away. I should have taken the Tylenol or the Advil sooner in the evening than what I did, but I was just kind of hoping it would go away. I knew it wasn't too far from bedtime, but it grew into a very bad headache. So about an hour and a half later, I was in bed crying because my head hurt so bad. My 13-year-old daughter, the only thing she knew to do was to pray for me, so she crawled in bed and prayed with me, and my husband just rubbed my head for me until I fell asleep. So that by far was the worst day I've had, and I cried myself to sleep with the headache. Day 3 of that same week, I also noticed I slept. I stayed in bed like 15 hours after that headache, which is not common for me. I am a get up and go person, and that next day was a Sunday morning, and my husband was preaching that day at church, and I missed him preaching. And that is really the only thing that I've really missed so far since I've been on the medication. I mean, there's been things I've cut back just to make sure I'm getting plenty of rest, but that's the first thing that I've truly missed because I've been sick from the epclusa. I was in bed until 1 o'clock that afternoon, but I did not have any heartburn, and then I did not have a headache on day 3, but that's when diarrhea started kicking in on the 3rd day. On the 4th day, again I had heartburn, and it was very, very painful. So some days I don't have any side effects from epclusa, but I have the acid reflux heartburn, which is painful as well. Day 5, I was just nauseous in the morning, but it went away, you know, about an hour. It didn't last long, and then I had a slight headache late evening, and I found that as soon as I feel the headache coming on, if I alternate between Tylenol and Advil, I can control the headache, and it can go away. So day 6, I had another massive headache. It lasted 2 hours in the evening, when 2 Tylenol did help it. This was my second worst day since I've been on the epclusa, and that was on day 6. Day 7, I had a slight headache early in the afternoon, but it did go away with Tylenol and diarrhea. So that is my first week on epclusa. Again, I started it on Friday, January 6th, so I'm doing a few videos just to get caught up here, but also I'll do another video for week 2. Thanks for watching. I hope these videos can help someone else, and thanks for those others of you that have posted videos. Have a good night.